Salve galerinha do YouTube, tranquilo? Hoje mais uma vez aqui com vocês para jogar o que? Starfield novamente, né? Estamos aqui na União da Colônia, eu me alistei e tô junto com eles agora. E estava fazendo uma missão bem grande, tive que matar um Terrormorfos, alguma coisa assim o nome do bicho, eu não consegui entender muito bem não. Mas tive que matar esse bicho e agora eu tô aqui e eu creio que vai acontecer alguma coisa. Vou ter que conversar com... Eu esqueci o nome disso aqui, mas... Vamos lá. Bora.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Ele deixou claro que era necessário tratar essas questões com máxima urgência.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's
Terrormorfos, é isso, né?
currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Bom, bora lá. Nós ainda estamos tentando entender o que vamos enfrentar, não podemos tomar a decisão formada. Precisamos de dados arquivados para achar um jeito de impedir um possível apocalipse terrormórfico. Acho que é isso.
That's quite the leap, Captain.
Não é exagero não, Pete. Eu matei um, eu sei como que é. Bicho é grande, bem grande. E chato de matar, hein?
They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic, and at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terrormorph seem at all alarming to you?
Claro. Ele aniquilou a colônia, que nunca teria previsto sua chegada. Isso é bem alarmante. Eu sei que me disseram ter sido... Não, isso aqui mesmo.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Exatamente, pode morrer todo mundo, né?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Sim. Se existe uma chance de houver... de o que houve em Tau Ceti acontecer em outro lugar, é preciso entender essa solicitação. Sim, caso tenha medo dos dados serem usados como arma, a Terrormorfos falhou, as informações não serão perigosas. Essa daqui.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to...
Eita lasqueira.
What was that?
Falei que aconteceu alguma coisa. Ó, ó.
An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
O que
Incident.
aconteceu?
Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack
Houve um
at the
ataque.
spaceport.
Nosso espaço. Terrormorfos. Eita, meu Deus.
Terrormorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Se um já era difícil.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a
Certamente os
citywide
bichos
panic.
são.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well,
Ah, é claro, eu vou ter que ir.
we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two,
E da arma que eu
you
vou.
can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Bora. Isso. Ai, meu pai do céu. Personagem. Vixe. Se um já foi difícil, é que eu não tenho um vídeo aqui pra mostrar pra vocês. Mas um já foi difícil, imagine um monte. Quer dizer, eu espero que não seja um monte. Uns dois no máximo, vai. Que é isso aqui, velho? Calma aí, rapaziada. Caramba, isso aqui é bom, hein? Essa daqui, ó. Aqui. Ah não, calma aí. Deixa eu soltar, velho.
Now hit him with everything you've got.
O que eu tenho que fazer? Parar o pessoal? Personagem inteligente. Ó. Ó, lasqueira. Isso é K9. Certeza que isso é K9. Matei? Não tem como voltar atrás.
Thank God.
Ainda bem que vocês apareceram na hora, eu só queria que...
I just wish it hadn't come to that.
Yeah,
Relaxa,
what the
man.
hell happened back there, Captain?
Cala a
There's no
boca, mulher.
excuse for using lethal force here. Sorry doesn't bring these people back. A crisis isn't licensed to cast aside your morals. Understand?
Entendi.
Now, officer, the way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terrormorphs' influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming.
Eu não bati no cara porque eu queria matar ele. Eu
We
bati
tried
nele
to
porque...
restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there
Será que eu vou ser preso porque eu matei o cara? Eu não queria matar ele.
started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some terrormorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them. But still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the terrormorph. I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a terrormorph try it on me before. I'm not sick. So we'll just have to make sure to... Let's do it.
That's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Bora. Eu não queria matar o cara, velho. Eu só atirei nele. Quer dizer, nem atirei, eu atirei. Puta que... Vambora. Esqueci que explodiu. Essa tela de load é chatinha, mano. Na moral. Nem Assassin's Creed Valhalla demora tanto pra carregar. Pedi ajuda, meu filho. Como é que não vai fazer um alarme? Ah, lasqueira, que arromba é esse? Não, aqui é armamento pesado, rapaziada. Aqui não tem. Sai de mim, capeta! Tem mais? Tô morrendo. Preciso de cura, não tenho cura. Vou ter que matar, Desse jeito só matando. Que voz é essa, velho? Será que é do Terrormorfo? Não, vou mandar.
Experts. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before.
Não.
own fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Close things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Caraca, meu, calma aí. Vou usar logo 2 já, né? Por que eu não tenho munição disso aqui, não? Bom, mas tem munição desse, né? Tem. Deixa eu ver o negócio aqui. Rapidinho. Que arma é essa? Isso aqui parece ser da hora, hein? Ah não, prefiro esse daqui, ó. Ó, não. Que chave, hein? Como é que tem uma coisa aqui?
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terrormorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving
bora.
a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not
Calma, né,
UC
filho?
security. You don't need to worry about us. We're not afraid, but we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts.
Não, vambora, vambora. Eu quero vocês comigo, pelo amor de Deus.
Roger that. We're on you. Who's out there? I'm ready.
Desculpa aí, general, mas... Você vacilou, pô. Deixa eu ver. Essa daqui, ó. Nossa. Agora eu vou zuncar na bala, hein. Agora será tá. Oxe, nível 6, é isso? Já atira, já mete bala nesse bicho. Esse bicho não morre, velho, não morre. Rapaziada, esse bicho não morre, mano. Eu vou deitar ele. Foi um cuspe? Cavalo incendiário. Preciso de munição, velho. Caraca, destruíram tudo, tá ligado? Ixi. Ai! Calma aí, calma aí, calma aí, calma aí, calma aí.
Here they come.
Tem munição aqui não, velho. Tá, achei um que é bom aqui. Vem, vem comigo. Comigo, seu bicho.
All wrapped up. We should go tell the sergeant.
Foram 4, né? Caraca, menor. Missão secundária maluca, tá ligado? Cê é doido. Estou com sobrepeso de novo, velho. Ixi, ixi, ixi. O que foi isso, rapaziada? Adesivo, não, não, não. Ah, sei lá por que eu tô com sobrepeso então, velho. 81? Não, então eu peguei alguma coisa aqui que não era pra pegar. Calma aí, isso aqui tá nas minhas armas? Então é isso que tá pesando, pesa 10? Não, não, eu vou ficar com ela, velho. É a minigun, velho. Vou ter que achar lugar pra vender isso aqui.
Haven't you back in one piece? I guess our people weren't so lucky.
Ele sabendo dos tá, velho.
The cabinet's already got a plan in place to make sure attacks like this never happen again.
Cê é louco, velho.
Can't happen soon enough. Thank you. The city owes you both a debt at this.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the president. Let her know the Terrormorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Eu sou sargento agora? Depois eu tenho que ver lugar pra vender, mano, que eu tô com muita coisa. Mano, que maluquice, velho. Vambora. Espero que eu não seja preso porque eu bati lá no carinha sem querer.
Nothing's getting to the cabinet.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how... Captain? Hey,
Comandante.
it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terrormorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Não, calma aí.
Of course.
A última ali era embaçada.
Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terrormorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes.
Estourou, hein?
Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. The cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of Terrormorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The cabinet was unanimous. They want you. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
You've got the cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks. Understand?
We didn't get where we are by
Fala comigo, velho.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer.
Caraca, rapaziada. Não é que não.
Hey. These orders. A Vanguard captain. You...
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terrormorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
It was a mutual agreement, but I suppose you'd touch on the spirit of it. So,
Assistiram desde a
also know
primeira.
then that it was originally managed by
Eu
the
sou
three
da
major
união,
galactic
né?
players.
Natural, tipo assim.
Access
Não
to
que eu
the archives
precisaria
is
me
everything
juntar
in
aqui.
cases of dire
Mas eu sou
emergency.
natural da união, então eu
Requires
tenho
a
falas
one-time use
naturais
code
da
from
união.
each of the three armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Faroon.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince two people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Faroon to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Esse aqui, sem problemas, vou precisar apenas de alguns eletrodos e um extrator de dentes e um pouco de pentotal de sódio. Não parece nada fácil. O que pode me dizer sobre esses códigos? Esse aqui.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't or can't work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately...
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Faroon?
Me fale sobre a embaixadora. Deixa eu ver. Vambora.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the cult. Now, officially, use your experience, and who knows? But mais.
Teimosia tem limite. Nova Atlântica acaba de ser atacada. Acho que você está subestimando meu charme e carisma. Não.
See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But
Case.
getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Não, aí não.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you. Yes, many. Don't steal anything.
Não roubar
Don't
nada,
get caught
não
anywhere
deixar
you're not supposed to.
apanhar.
Absolutely, do not harm anyone.
Não vai
If
chamar
something goes
ninguém.
wrong, we'll
Se
do
algo
our
der
best to
errado,
smooth things over. But I can't make any promises.
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, and someone who very likely. All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give him a heads up
eu sou
you're on the
tudo.
way.
Sou diplomata, sou tudo.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed.
Official line is that you're to negotiate with her. Use your charm, personal narrative to sway her to our cause. My suggestion is to access the listening device in her quarters to get leverage on her and don't get caught doing it. She's also got a staff member that might be more sympathetic to helping us. Do with that information what you will. Ambassador Balmore's a challenge.
É um desafio.
When the rest of House Faroon
Quando eles
retreated
ainda
into
cada um
seclusion
decidiu.
shortly after the
Logo
signing of the
depois de assinar.
armistice,
He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, though claiming to know how a member of House Faroon...
Precisa da casa da gente como a
But there
gente.
is another wrinkle.
Tem
We're
um
not
outro
100%
detalhe.
sure Balmor is actually still alive.
Que isso?
His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Que o
Your
bicho é um
task is
animal
to
lá.
find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. It would at least be a speedier negotiation. Now, the embassy front door
Seria
is
uma
an
negociação
option.
mais
Our
rápida.
spies have stated there's a side entrance here. And fair warning. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Rapaziada, então é isso. Esse foi o vídeo. Eu vou ir atrás dessas casas e assim que eu chegar lá eu gravo um pouquinho pra vocês, tá? Dessas missões. Não vou ficar enrolando muito nos vídeos, porque esse jogo aqui é muito longo. Eu fui fazendo missão, vocês podem ver. No último vídeo eu nem lembro quanto que eu tava, mas já tô nível 10. E olha o tanto de missão que eu tenho pra fazer. Sem brincadeira nenhuma. É muita missão. Tipo assim, essas são as missões principais, basicamente, da constelação, né? Mas temos as missões também da União das Colônias, que é o que eu tô agora. Tem essa Operação Secreta, Frota Escarlate, que eu não sei, eu acho que é lá da...